So in mainly today's videos, I will be discussing visions that our characters have had, and how they could be possibly, if connected to the Conduit's powers or the Source Dragons. Now, something that we did learn is the Source Dragons obviously do have visions of possible outcomes that could possibly happen. Now, if the Source Dragons do see these possible varieties and images, what does this mean? Like, for them. Obviously, seeing the possible future is something that's obviously a key in maybe their lifestyle. Maybe the lifestyle is to see possible things, and maybe that's why, hence, they sort of concluded away from humanity, sort of trying to stay far away as possible, as humanity may not be the best entire thing. So maybe that's why. That's number one. Number two could just be the visions are just simply because they're very powerful. Something Ninjago has done in the past is overpowered characters, such as the ninjas having learned taijutsu, the elemental dragons, have all just disappeared over time, but maybe with these dragons here, a reason for this could be their overpowerfulness with their power. Hence, with Lloyd's power. When Lloyd became the conduit, basically for the dragon under Imperium, he was very powerful, and maybe just too OP for the power that he owns. Something that could be very interesting, of course, could be this overpoweredness. Could obviously cause visions, and Rantu does sort of suggest, in my interpretation of it, that it might not be an outlasting thing for Lloyd, but it could definitely be if he's going to be this conduit. I don't really know much about what, like, conduit and that sort of ancient Egypt stuff, because I know there is a bit of references in Egypt stuff about conduits and all that sort of stuff. But if it's to go anything off that sort of thing, I would say that these visions just might be temporal stuff that Lloyd has. I'll do a full discussion about Lloyd having these visions in a video. Let me know your thoughts about these Source Dragons having these visions in their lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Let's talk about Zane's visions so far in Ninjago. Ninjago has obviously had several visions of Zane, so I want to start off with the Green Ninja one. The Green Ninja one was obviously outseen to him, as it was pretty much a sign for him to know, but the Green Ninja prophecy was under prevail. They were on that path. The next vision Zane obviously did have, or sort of nightmare or dream, because robots don't dream, was obviously about him being a robot. Tick tock. The next posable one that's next is Zane's vision of the titanium dragon in season 4. I don't want to scandal and talk about this much, as obviously they don't use elemental dragons, but that is a dream that he has had. But that is obviously proverb to his elemental power, which might be akin to what we talk about next. The next dream he does have is about Asphira, the Ice Emperor, but these seem to be more calculated and ongoing nightmares and dream. A nightmare and dream he had during season 11. These were his visions in the old Ninjago series, but Ninjago Dragons Rising has taken a twist on visions being Source Dragon material, and sort of if you're a conduit of some source. In a way, Zane is technically a conduit for the elemental power of ice. So could this be a possible topic that the show will delve upon in its third season? Now, the third season will obviously delve upon, hopefully, the administration more, from what the writers have suggested. They do want to obviously focus on a Zane particular story, especially uncovering where he was left in season 1, part 1 at the end, where how he was in that sort of dome thing. A particular topic that could come up is how Zane is not like every other ninja. They weren't handed down power. This was given to him. This was put into his sources and pretty much given to him, not fallen down by generation by generation. Zane is very unique in that sense, and with the administration also destroying him, we could have a very interesting topic nonetheless to see a story about the White Ninja. Now, the White Ninja Zane has obviously not had the best of stories, admittedly, but the way they've been treating this Ninja in particular seasons, especially this last part, they did kind of throw him out twice and injure him, but they didn't do it as bad as previous Ninjago seasons have. Like, Crystallize just threw him out the thing and just made him the Ice Emperor for a couple seconds. I think the writers have a good storyline they can do with Zane. But back to these visions being a part of Source Dragons, who's to say? I definitely think he is the conjurant of the ice power, so there could be that suggestion as well thrown to him, and maybe we'll find that out in another season, or even in part 2. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Previous Master Wu visions, are they connected to the conduits and Source Dragons in any means way? No. I do not think Master Wu has come across the Source Dragon and had a particular past. However, this could be something interesting if Ninjago writers wanted to delve into this in a Master Wu comic for Ninjago Dragons Rising. We are getting obviously one for Shadow Spin, and it could be very interesting. Gamelon could have had the same treatment, so we don't know. Gamelon has never had visions entirely in the show. We always have seen him appear in Wu's ones, but not entirely as visions. It could be skepted that Armin crystallizes. The reason why Gamelon knew about this was not just because he felt the balance shifting. It could have also been his nightmares and visions. Maybe he's had connections with Source Dragons himself. Maybe that's one of the ways that I feel like I'm going off topic and talking about Gamelon instead of Wu. So let's get back on Wu topic before I ramble about Gamelon having visions. Now, Wu, see, I got distracted. Wu, obviously is a major visionary. And I doubt his visions were connected to Source Dragons by any means. I think just by some herbal teas and relaxing and meditation, he did obviously, sort of figure it out with his magical smoke stuff. That's one of them. I also do think something like this would obviously be inherited by his father, the first Ninjutsu Master. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Lloyd's visions be temporarily or a long-term effect on him? I think they might be a bit of a long-term effect, but temporarily not that long. Well, I rechanged my subject. I don't think they're going to be long. I think they're going to be temporal. What makes me suggest this? When speaking to Runtu, she even suggested herself it's a confusing topic to talk about because it's never happened to a human. From the suggestion Runtu gives, it could be temporarily, especially these hardcore nightmare ones, could just be temporal. But Runtu even tells him the more he gets control of it, sort of like using elemental power, the more he'll be able to contain how much he sees and how much will obviously he can prevent. Now, Lloyd having these visions are actually kind of good for his character. It helps drive him. I do want to, in the next week, want to start talking about each character development for each character. I definitely want to start with Lloyd and Wildfire, as I think there's a lot of highlights with these two characters plus Kai in this season. They were the three standout characters to me, but Lloyd is just consistently with these visions, finding it hard to obviously handle, so I do think he'll get a grasp on it and sort of control them by the next part. But let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below about Lloyd's visions. Do you think he'll be able to control it by the end of the season? Thank you all for watching. Peace out.
So you're afraid these visions are holding you back from progressing with your Rising Dragon training?
I'm just a bundle of nerves, stumbling around in a daze. I'm even afraid to rest because more visions might come.
Why would that be a bad thing?
Because they're terrifying. I see evil things. My friend's in danger. It's awful.
I'm sure it is. But But these visions are also important warnings, right?
They are. But they're also tearing me apart. Master Wu taught that when there is no calm outside of you, you must find the calm inside. But I have no calm inside of me anymore.
You held the power of a source dragon, something no mortal was ever meant to do. These possible futures are after effects.
Possible futures?
Source dragons experience time differently than the rest of us. They can see what came before and the things that might come to be. These visions you're having are like a fragment of that.
But how can I stop them?
You can't. You can never force the motion of the universe to bend to your will. You can only find your place within its current. But with careful meditation, it's possible you can find harmony with these visions, so you no longer have to live in fear of them.
What Rantu pretty much says to Lloyd, in my opinion, is pretty much everything that Lloyd needs to obviously heal. This quote-unquote line that Rantu gives Lloyd is pretty much a continuation off to Master Wu's quote, when there is no calm inside you, you must find the calm within. Now, this is a amazing quote and a way to go off this. As Lloyd is having all these visions and all that, Rantu is explaining that Source Dragons most likely also had these, and what he's experiencing is just after effects. Possible outcomes and visions of the future are obviously going to be good for future seasons. I'm actually looking forward to it. Now, as we also saw with Lloyd's visions, they're not fully accurate. They are obviously just what possibilities. Like we saw with Euphrasia, she was supposed to be the sacrifice, turning out to be Guy. Now, I can't wait to see in part 2 where these take place, these visions. But what we do know is these are pretty much after effects that Lloyd is feeling from the Source Dragons, and the Source Dragons are obviously going to give Lloyd a huge sign. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of all this. Source Dragons included. Remember, we did see those little spirit Source Dragons as well. Maybe they'll have a huge effect. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.